If you've been on this manifestation game and feel like you're doing a great job, but there just seems to be that final piece to your puzzle, that final missing key that once you get it will finally unlock the door to your manifestation, then you need to watch to the end of this video, and let me tell you why. In this video, I have a success story that I want to read to you from a client who had the exact same troubles. Each call we had, he presented the idea that he felt like there was something that just needed to switch. That final thing that once he got his head around, she would come in. And of course, we did some work together, and I have the story here to tell you that things went exactly as he desired them to, and are going to continue to progress. So if you're ready to beat the manifestation game once and for all and get that final piece to your puzzle, then make sure you keep watching, drop a like on this video, and maybe even a lovely comment to let me know you enjoy it. Hi everyone, my name is Matthew, and from this moment forward, I am going to be your personal manifestation coach. Now, I show up 3 times a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and usually Fridays. Today's video was a little bit late because I was super busy, but I show up to help you with the best, most clear, and most informative manifestation content and information to help you on your journey. So if that's something that you need in your life and you don't want to miss out on a video that could potentially change it, subscribe to this channel right now and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. But thank you so much for your time. Into this video. Now I'm going to read the email that I received from this client, and admittedly the email itself is relatively short, unlike usual success story videos I have where they give a long explanation. So I'm going to read what he's written, and then I'm going to sort of fill in the blanks with what I remember from our time working together, what I took from it, and what we did working together. Of course, everything is going to be entirely confidential, so I may breeze over names and such, but I'm sure you'll be able to understand. But let's get into this. So the email starts off, I'm sort of a first-time standing customer for Matthew. I came to him with a story in my 3D world I wanted to change, and with his help, I can happily say it has been done. I had come to Matthew needing his help and guidance of me manifesting my SP back, as I was stuck and clueless in what to do with his With his knowledge, teachings, and guidance, I can finally say I got my SP back, and we are more happier than we was before. Thank you, Matthew. And then, some niceties at the end of it. So obviously that's mostly just saying what's happened. So let me tell you a little bit about the story and us working together. So this is an individual that came to me, I think it was sort of early to mid-December. I remember it being before Christmas because just things at that time reminded me of that, but I can't remember exactly when. We had I think he came in November for a consultation call, but officially became a client of mine in December-ish, early December. And he presented to me a situation of an individual that he had seen prior, and as we've all experienced, things didn't quite go so well and wanted to manifest her back. Now, there was a few things in his journey that were tripping him up. As he kind of mentioned in the email, he was a little bit clueless about the process. So when working together, there was a lot of, here's how manifestation works, here's why you want to live in the end, here's affirmations that I think are personally really good for this kind of situation, and just a general rundown of the process. But one of the troubles that he was having was he found her to be extremely stubborn. He had this assumption of her that she needed to, how can I say this without giving too much away, resolve things on her side of the coin before she could come back, essentially. And there was another limiting belief as well, but this one is very personal to her, so I'm going to leave that one out. But the stubbornness and the kind of needing to resolve things before she could come back was something that he was sort of struggling with. So we spoke, discussed a few things, had 2 calls in total, but one of the calls I held back sometimes, so we had 2 proper calls and then a quick catch-up call. During our time working together, I explained that while he has this assumption of her having these blockages for why she can't come back, that's exactly what's going to continue to replicate, which he was experiencing. And while his affirmations of, her being obsessed with him, being in love with him, like those kinds of things were clearly having some effect because she was showing up semi-lovingly, the full transition into the outcome that he desired was still eluding him. sometimes she'd show up kind of nice or message like frequently or just be a bit more forward. And then other times she'd be like, yeah, but I don't know if I can give this a go. I need to sort this out. I need to sort that out. And it was that thing that most of us experience where it was kind of in the middle. So I explained to him that the subconscious mind has no concept of what is real and what is not. It only goes off of the stories that you are feeding it. So with that, even though she has these concerns of hers of wanting to resolve certain things and the other issues she had going on that's obviously too personal for me to mention, with that, if he shifted his state of consciousness to that of being in the relationship, those things would resolve on their own. And that was kind of what we discussed in the first call, and I tried to reinforce and reiterate that his conscious mind is holding on to these beliefs, which is why reality, and subsequently her, or subsequently she, is reflecting that. So it's not that she is separate from him, which is why she's still doing it. It's a case of he's still got that side of her in his mind, which is why she's still doing it. So he went away and put some things into practice that we spoke about, made use of some affirmations. I recommended one. I can't remember if we adjusted it slightly or if it was just how I bare bones recommended it. But I recommended the one that I like to recommend, which is I am in a loving, passionate, committed relationship, or I am in a loving, committed relationship, or I am in a loving relationship. Things of that variation to help get his subconscious mind absorbed with the idea that they are together. He then came back, I think it was early January. I think it was like a good few weeks or maybe late December, early January. I cannot remember exactly when. And he presented that a few things had gone a little bit better. There was a bit more communication. There was a few nicer things being said and a lot more openness. But still, she was reflecting that she was not able to come back because of insert reasons. And he presented to me the idea that there's just a missing key. Once he gets it, it will become clear, then she'll come back. And I reiterated to him that, well, yes, if we have limitations and we're focusing on them, then of course we're going to have those things reflect. But as far as a missing key or something you don't know, if you simply just went to the end result, that would create it. And the search for an answer, because there's something missing, in and of itself is creating that something missing. Where focus goes, energy flows. So if you're looking at the lack of a result and saying there's just something that I need to get before I can get it, you're A, saying that you don't have it, subsequently creating more of not having it, and B, putting in place the assumption that you can't get it until you find something, which is going to keep you on a journey of constantly searching for something in order to get it, which is a very frustrating place to be because it means you sit without the desire as well as constantly looking for a reason as to why, which is only recreating you not having your desire. So I tried to reflect that with him, and I gave him a few more suggestions based on the other more personal limiting belief that, or not limiting belief, but the other personal sort of reason as to why she couldn't come back, and a few discussion points. And again, reiterated, go to the end, stop looking for a missing key. There is no missing key. Reside in the end result, she will flow. And then he came back again, and actually I might be getting these the wrong way around. We had that catch-up call. I think we had the catch-up call first actually before this. Sorry, I think I might have got that wrong. But during the catch-up call, he referenced that she called him really late at night and being super lovey-dovey, even saying that she still loved him, which is obviously a very, very big movement. Yes, that's it. So that was first. And then a couple of weeks later, we had that next call where he was saying, she's been more loving, she's been more open, but still not fully reflected. And then that's where I reiterated, there is no missing key. The residing within the end result is the key. And saying that you don't have the result because there's something missing is what is eluding that key from you. So he went away on that call and I'm assuming put it into practice and continued to live in the end. Because when was that call? That call was probably about 2 weeks ago. Because I think the initial call was in December. The catch-up call, I believe, was in early January. And then the final actual proper call was a couple of weeks ago, if I'm remembering this order correctly. And he came back, we had that discussion, and then I received this email a couple of days ago explaining that they are together. She is currently away, but when she's back, they're going to continue to progress things and see how things go. But as it states there, let me get the exact wording up. Just bear with me 1 second. I can finally say I got my SP back and we are happier than we was before. So with all of that, there actually was no missing key. It was just him needing to commit to the end result and stop looking at what is, looking for a reason as to why it's not happening. And I'm assuming he'd done that because there is a success story to tell you. So this is one of those, I really like this story. A, because I really like the individual. I think he's a great guy. But B, I see this a lot. This need for an answer as to why it's not here yet, as though there is something additional to living in the end. And I get it quite a lot actually as well from clients where it's like, I'm living in the end, what more can I do? The pursuit of more has you in the state of consciousness that there is currently not what you desire, so you need to do more, and that of what you're doing isn't working, which is why you're looking for more. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely think it is always good to improve your process or to become better at it. But if you're doing the right thing, looking for more is only putting yourself in the consciousness of not having, which is then actually in and of itself slightly taking you back into that state of lack of having. As long as you're doing the right thing, commit to it. Stop looking for a missing key. Stop looking for a missing answer. Stop clicking on every coach's video just in case one of them says that different, in case one of them says that different thing, because we all say, generally, obviously there are some that believe in robotic affirmations and some that don't, and those discrepancies. But generally speaking, we all say the same kinds of things, just with different wordings, different reasons as to why we should do things, different, I think you should do this because it's super important, whereas someone else might think you should do this because it's super important. But ultimately, we all say the same thing. So if you've watched 10 or more manifestation videos, you know the answer. It's just a case of putting it into practice. I really hope this has given you some motivation and some inspiration regarding that missing key element. There is no missing key. It's all within you. You just need to commit to the end result and turn away from the 3D. And while you can learn and improve by using things of the external, of course, there is no missing key when it comes to manifestation outside of your own state of consciousness. Looking for the missing key is you saying, I don't have it yet. I don't even have the answer to get it yet. What can I do? So as long as you're doing the right things generally and you're going with the process, commit to it, do as best as you can. But I really hope this video has helped. If it has, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you want a success like this where you and your person can be happier than before, down below in the comment section and the description are the links to my services where I can help you with just that. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the individual allowing me to use your story. And I look forward to seeing you lovely people in the next one. Bye-bye.